Hello, my name is TPacheco, and this is my assessment report summary presentation. My client's name is Jose. He was born in Toronto, brought here by his mother and father, along with his three siblings, and raised in Brampton. His mother and father immigrated from El Salvador, and he has no current diagnosis. So, the target behavior for this client will be accelerating preparing meals at home. The operational definition is as follows. Preparing meals at home is operationally defined as any time in which the individual prepares food to be consumed by themselves and others in the house whose ingredients originated from the kitchen, such as the fridge or the pantry, with or without the use of appliances or utensils. Variations include eating leftovers from previous meals and eating items that require no preparation, such as crackers or fruit. This is an important skill to improve the client's independence, and I will go into social validity. So there are a couple reasons as to why this target behavior was chosen and why is it considered socially appropriate. So it will help to improve the client's ability to provide himself with nourishment required for health and for energy. It will also help to improve his budgeting and his finances by spending less money on pre-prepared meals. There is currently no prior treatment history regarding home meal preparation. Now, the information sources prior to baseline, there was a couple assessments done. One was a prerequisite skills assessment. I collected data based on if the skill was considered to be mastered or not. What I considered mastered would be to be able to complete the skill successfully without any prompting and to be doing it completely independently. This assessment was conducted with the client in their home over 3 consecutive days. And if the client was able to show that they had mastered the skill consecutively over 3 days, it was considered mastered. Therefore, all of these skills with a check mark beside them were considered to be mastered. The skills assessed included using bake and broil options on the oven, using the oven temperature settings, using a timer, using the stovetop, using a microwave, reading and following recipes, using pots, pans, cutlery, and measuring tools, cooking items to proper and safe internal temperatures, safe food handling procedures, and washing or rinsing or loading the dishwasher. These prerequisite skills were necessary to be assessed to ensure the target behavior was possible and appropriate. And based on these results, it is both possible and appropriate. We now move on to the preference assessment that was also conducted. The type of data that was collected was the frequency of the preference that was chosen. This assessment was conducted within the client's home once again, and it was conducted on 2 separate occasions. The tool that I used to perform the preference assessment was a paired stimulus preference assessment. As you can see here, these are the results from my preference assessment. Clearly, taking a bath is the most preferred activity at 10 times chosen, followed by ice cream and chocolate, which were chosen 6 and 7 times respectively. Watching a show was chosen 5 times, whereas beer was chosen twice as a preference. Finally, pop was chosen 0 times and therefore should not be considered as a preference. Clearly, taking a bath seems to be the most preferential activity for my client. Moving on to the baseline data that was collected. It was collected 3 times per day in the form of a rate of permanent product recording of meals prepared over the span of 5 days. It was conducted in the client's home, specifically in the kitchen, and there was no prompting or reinforcement provided during any of the analysis. Here are the results from the baseline data assessment. As you can see, on Sunday, my client started off with 33% of meals prepared at home. This spiked up to 100% of meals prepared at home the following day, followed by 66% of meals prepared the following day, and a downward trend towards 33%, which held stable following the Thursday as well. Therefore, one can see that improving the skill of preparing meals at home is relevant and necessary, and a treatment plan would be advantageous for this client at this time. Thank you very much.